try this again. My camera's giving me fits, I'm sorry. But I've been waiting a while to show you guys what's wrong with my truck. And the reason I haven't been driving it, the reason it's been in the background, everything. Well, me and my buddy Kevin, say hi Kevin. We got the bed off of it finally. See, there's the bed over there. And here's where my problem lies. Minor rust issue. That's where the shock bolt's on. The shock's still bolted on. See, look at it wobble. You've got that cross member, which holds up the shock. It's a shock mount, the exhaust mount, and gas tank mount. The gas tank's out of it too now. This one is the shock mount and spare tire holder. Look at that. Well, Amazon, I was gonna scrap it. I was gonna sell it, scrap it, whatever. But Amazon to the rescue. They sell both cross members. I've got both cross members and all the plates to weld them on. So that's gonna be a thing. And I'm gonna delete the spare tire. See, because I would hit the brakes every once in a while on this or hit a bump, and I would hear a thumping noise up underneath, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was that spare tire loose and hanging and bumping around in there. It was the shock bouncing around, hit the exhaust. Yeah. Like a rock my ass. Like a rusty ass rock. But I put a lot of money in this truck so far. Got new tires on it. My dad had just put a motor in it, so it runs good. But oh yeah, I towed my car to No Name like this. Yeah. I'm gonna fix it. I don't know if I'm gonna sell it after I fix it, but I'm gonna fix it first. So yeah, I guess I'll come back to this video when I start grinding. All right, testing the camera again. All right, we went past 6 seconds. So here's what we got. The little plasma cutter that could did. It actually worked out really good. It saved me a lot of time. Because I would either had to get a torch and the holes would have looked worse. I guarantee the holes would have looked worse with a torch. Grinding would have taken forever. And in my opinion, grinding would be more dangerous. Because if you were using a cutoff wheel on a grinder to do this job, and then maybe, you know, whatever else, those cutoff wheels explode. So, but I think the plasma cutter was the way to go if somebody else is out doing this job. But I started out not so good. That one right there kind of looks like a rabid chinchilla. Shoot that hole. But you know, I got better as I went. That hole's pretty circular, you know, and I'm pretty sure these are made, because see how that plate goes over that. Everything is made to, here, where am I at? There we go. Everything in this kit is kind of made to go together, and then you weld it together with the plates. It's like the inside plates. These looked like the factory plates in there. And you know, one thing is, this isn't really a structural deal. That's why I'm not that worried about me welding it, because I'm not the greatest welder. I got these mocked in, by the way. But this isn't a structural deal. The most force that this takes is holding the shock. And I think I can weld good enough to hold the shock mounts. Everything else is either holding up like the exhaust, or, you know, over here I got a little nah with that one. Got a little big on that weld, but like I said, getting big is all right because you're welding plates to the frame that have holes in them. And it's like inside here, that's what this was. It was a plate welded to the frame with a hole in it. Same on that side. That side I gotta grind a little bit to get everything to fit right. But it's getting late. And this will be the first part of this fix. Guess I could do, I'm doing a whole series, I guess, on this truck. Because I have to finish this job, then finish the fuel lines, and I have a new sending unit and a new pump and everything, and I think I'm gonna have to buy some new fuel lines. But then after that gets done, the original problem this truck had was O2 sensor. So I got an O2 sensor. I bought shocks for it a long time ago. I'm gonna obviously put new shocks on the back. You know, the new shocks will go in with the new shock mounts. And I got new shocks for the front. What else do I have for this guy? I mean, the engine runs great in this truck. And this may seem like a lot of work. I understand, you know, a lot of people would be like, I just would have gone out and bought another truck, but have you seen the price of even used vehicles lately? It's crazy. So guys like me, who actually want to have hobbies that cost a little bit of money, like building race cars, got to fix what we got. And, oh, I bought some new speakers for it too, bought me some kickers. They're my kickers. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and, before this truck leaves, I'm gonna get it all right and good, and right with the world and plumb with the earth. The only thing I won't fix is the body rust. I won't do that yet. I'm gonna make a decision after I do all this. If the truck still likes me, then I will work on fixing the body rust. I actually have the rockers for it. And it kind of sucks I don't have the cab corners, or I probably would have went ahead and did those while I had the bed off. But, you know, I may just drive the truck the way it is until it just totally craps out. But me and my dad have already put an engine in this truck. We redone all the brake lines in this truck. They're all new. But we had one that was leaking. I had to bend this one out of the way for this project here. But I've always had a leak, and I never knew where it was, and now I do. I have to fix that leak in the brake system. So I'll be able to fix that and test it, and then everything will be, woo, good with that. And the only thing really that could go wrong with it, and probably will, is the transmission, and, or the rear end, or the front end. Four-wheel drive stuff, but it's hard keeping it daily together, and it ain't no fun working on them. This is actually kind of fun because I got to buy new stuff. You know, everybody likes buying new tools and stuff. But yeah, $130 plasma cutter did what I needed it to do with help of big generator. But I think if you had a regular shop, I actually think if I could have plugged that into the 220 outlet on this generator, it would have done a lot better. So if you've got a shop with 220, because this plasma cutter will run on 220. It'll run on 110 or 220. And I guess I should do a follow-up video just on that, but whatever. Also, need to do a follow-up. Look at all the water. Oh my God. Should do a follow-up video on the old heater here too, because this son of a bitch makes it toasty in here. It's 50 degrees in here. It's 20 degrees outside, and I got the damn garage door open. So yeah, this heater kicks ass. But yeah, so I guess so far this is the project so far. I'll probably make another. Well, what's up, guys? We're out here working at the shop. My dad put new mirrors on his truck, put the tow mirrors on it. Those are pretty nice. What'd you pay for those? Do you remember?
170 something.
Yeah, like 170 bucks for those tow mirrors, and they got the blinkers in it. That's all. But what I got accomplished today, working on my old rusty piece of shit Chevy. You know from either the other video or later in this video, I haven't figured out if I'm going to combine them or not, but I got one bar welded in. Don't look at the welds. Stop it. I am not a welder, but we got her all in. Hopefully I'm far enough away you can't tell how bad the welds are. But even if you can't tell how bad the welds are, all I have to say is I didn't make it any worse. I don't think I could have made that worse. But yeah, we got one bar welded in. There's the other bar that has to get welded in. I got to do some cleanup over there, some cleanup over here, if you can see it. But yeah, we're coming along on it. Well, fellers, I got half. Well, I've got that whole bar in. I showed that already. And then I've got this done, and I've got this all painted up, rust preventive underneath, and paint over the top. I'm probably going to go over, I'm wanting to go over the whole frame with a good coat of Rust-Oleum. I mean, yeah, I could pour 15 it and all kinds of crap, but really, is this truck going to last another 5-10 years? Probably not. You know, I don't expect it to, so I'm not going to go through that. I'm not, this ain't going to be there. This ain't like a lifetime vehicle. This thing's just going to get me to work until I can get something else. Because that's the way we car guys are. But, you know, try to keep the rust to a minimum. These things are notorious for rusting. This frame has a lot of flaky, nasty rust in it that is gonna have to, I'm gonna clean it all out, but you know, that was all metal at one time, so it's weaker. But yeah, I've got that side over there to weld up, and then that would be the crossbars complete. Don't mind my welds. I'm telling you, I'm not a welder. I can make this stuff stick together. And like I've said before, even if I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. These are not structural pieces I'm welding in. Okay, the only thing that these do is hold the shocks. They gotta be strong enough to hold the shocks. And then this side holds the gas tank in. That side over there holds the exhaust hanger. There was one here. I may put a new exhaust hanger there. But that's it. You know, they were made to hang stuff off of. And like I said before, let's walk over here for a second. Even if my welds are not the greatest in the world, let me pick this piece up. Set this on the generator here. I didn't make it any worse. There is no possible way that my welds are weaker than that. So, uh-oh, who's coming in here? Oh, that's the next door neighbor. But yeah, there is no way I made it worse, guys. It may not be a perfect job, but it will do what I want it to do. And these trucks do this. They rust there. Those rust out. You know, so it's easier. This is a lot cheaper than buying a new vehicle, especially when this truck does run good. But yeah, So we're gonna weld up that other side. I'll show you where I'm at when I'm done, and that should probably be the end of this video when I'm done there. All right, well, saw this side before. As you can see, we got her done over there. Got a little bit of rust reformer going on in there. I still got to hit the rest of some of this with rust reformer. Got the wiring hooked back up. All that there is that I can be hooked up now. I'm gonna hit this with the wire brush. This big nasty fucker here. Oops, sorry, excuse my language. Fucker. There, and then I'll hit that with the rust reformer. Man, my welds are not good. But like I said, I ain't gonna make this any worse. I got this shock hooked up, brand new shocks. That one over there is giving me problems. I'm gonna have to, I soaked it down with PB Blaster. I'm gonna let it sit till this weekend. And then I'll have the other shock put in. But I figured this was a good enough time to stop this part of the video. I really need to name this truck. In fact, if anybody has gotten this far in the video and is in the comments, help me come up with a name for the piece of crap. Because he ain't really a piece of crap, I just like to call it that. So, yeah. To be real honest, I'll give my, oh, I'm wearing my safety, see guys? Safety glasses. But, let's see, there we go. For my exit to this video. I would have to say, one, if you are buying an 06, and I don't know what other years have these in it, but if you're buying an 06 Chevy, get underneath and check these going across here before you buy it. You know, and check, from what I understand, right up in there and in there for frame rust. If you've bought one or you've had one for a long time and you find that those have rusted out, if you're going to do this job, my recommendation would be spend $100 and something on a cheap eBay plasma cutter, because I know if I would have tried to do this with a grinder, I would have gone through a hell of a lot more than $170, $150, $130. What did I pay for that? $130. I would have gone through a hell of a lot more than $130 worth of grinding wheels and Sawzall blades and all that crap. So that thing has paid for itself in one job. The thing could blow up right now. It did what I needed it to do. As far as welding the stuff back in, it's really self-explanatory. And you're probably a better welder than me. I am not a welder by any stretch. And like when I have the roll cage or the roll bar welded into the duster, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have somebody do it. I'll pay somebody. You know, you gotta know your limitations. And I'm too old to learn. Well, maybe not too old to learn, but I got too much stuff going on right now. I don't want to learn. I can stick metal together and it look like crap, but still hold together. So that's all I care about. But yeah, it's a very doable job. Like I said, with the right tools. And the next video in this series is going to be putting the gas tank back up with the new sending unit in it and the new evap lines that I'm going to have to buy. And I'm going to buy this evap motor. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but this little guy right here, because that's usually what goes bad in your evap system. And then I may end up running some new hard lines up to the engine because, you know, these things rust and those lines rust. And I figure I've done this much work to this truck, I'm gonna make it all right and keep it. And then the only other thing I do is put an O2 sensor in it. I don't think I need to do a video on an O2 sensor, but I've got new speakers I want to put in the door. I've got this door switch is broken, and I have been waiting to see if all this other stuff was going to work out before buying this new door switch. But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'll get the when I do the door switch, I'll do the speakers because it all has to come off. And then my dad just got these exact tow mirrors for his 2012, yeah, Chevy truck, and I might want to buy me some new ones. These are getting old, and I think there's something wonky inside there. But yeah, I mean, I did what I considered the hardest job on this truck. So, hey, if it helps you out, cool. If not, you know, like, share, subscribe. If not, I really don't give up.